Does a computer use fewer resources when programs are minimized? When programs are minimized in Windows 7, do they use less memory and CPU than leaving them maximized?
Yes. According to MS Support, the working set for a minimized application is trimmed. You can check this yourself with Process Explorer. Here's a test of a single instance of Firefox 5.0 and Windows 7 x64 with a single tab of the ESPN.com website loaded. Values were read using Task Manager. Here's a test of a single instance of Paint.net in Windows 7 x64 with a few small images open. This app was written in Microsoft .NET, unlike Firefox, which is almost certainly C++.
Yes and no. They will use less resources on your CUE, less need for screen refreshes, but not on your main system memory or CPU. The working set size shown in the Task Manager is not the actual amount of memory consumed by an application. It is more of a ceiling of how much it could use at a given point in time. If another app requests memory allocated to one process's working set that is not in active use, this number can be driven down without changing the amount of memory the app is actually using.
Working set is not the same as memory usage. If a program needs a chunk of memory, it will always need it. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. Minimizing the program doesn't suddenly make the program not require the memory. Trimming the working set is simply paging out the memory from physical memory onto the disk, or simply removing the page if it is available elsewhere on the disk. In the latter case, the OS does it anyway if there is shortage of memory, so it's just a caching issue, not a usage issue. In either case, it does not reduce what the program uses, it merely relocates the data elsewhere. That said, regarding CPU usage, there is something called a priority boost given by the OS in certain conditions, which can indeed cause a foreground application to use more CPU. See here for details.
It really depends on the application that you're talking about and the way that the application is coded. However, for comparison's sake, let's say that the program is coded in a way that it will run the same functions when maximized and minimized. We would therefore expect the program to use the same amount of CPU when minimized if the same underlying functions are being called by the application. However, your system processes will certainly use less CPU when the programs are minimized, as there will be less graphics to be rendered for the application viewing, probably now just a system tray icon. That is, unless upon minimizing the application you cause a more graphical application to be brought into view and therefore rendered instead. Now the CPU load could increase due to the extra graphics workload. All in all, the changes we are talking about here are probably going to be negligible unless you're on a very low spec machine.
Uwant to sposób poddeszalny, rasę tam 30 stringing.